On January 1st, 2018, China banned the import of plastic waste into the country. Due to the ban, Malaysia almost overnight became the world's largest importer of plastic scrap, despite having limited resources and expertise in this field. Malaysia is groaning under the weight of Europe and US plastic. Data from Resource Recycling showed that we imported 435 million pounds of plastic scrap from the US alone in 2018. Under such overwhelming volume of plastic waste, many illegal recycling factories have been set up. Denjarum, a close-knit town of 30,000 known for its farms and palm oil plantations, was one of the communities which was severely impacted by these factories. Illegal factories were burning plastic, releasing toxic chemicals like hydrochloric acid and dioxins, as well as heavy metals and particulates into the air. Residents started complaining of headaches, respiratory problems, skin allergies, and other ailments.
This factory actually last time is under a name of called Waste Management Ascendian Bahat. Actually, the actual operator is people from China. So where they get this waste from UK, from Sweden, from USA, where they can get it? Because those China people, they even don't have their name appear in our so-called official document, right? So they certainly don't know and don't have this AP to import plastic waste. This is the local broken system that our KPTP department, that our custom, they're totally out of their ability to control this situation that caused Malaysia become the first dumping site of the world. This factory able to get very high profit by sacrifice the people here, the environment here. And unfortunately, the local authority and our government, they are concentrate on the fighting on the politics, the pollution problem and the environmental problem just been ignored for a long time already. And also the worst is the import, the custom control on this so-called dangerous waste still coming in without any efficient monitoring. But the problem is now our Department of Housing, they still allow so-called clean plastic to come in. Clean plastic compared with this plastic, the difference is recyclable or non-recyclable. As well as recycled plastic, that process will create three types of pollution. One is the air pollution, because all plastic, you want to produce it, you need to melt it. Melting process definitely come out toxic fumes. And it's very difficult to control because they discharge the film 24 hours, but you are not able to monitor them 24 hours. You just monitor them once a month or once a year. According to general industrial monitoring, the factory, so-called legal factory, they just monitor 1 year once. What the hell is 1 year once can properly monitor the actual situation? Okay, so air pollution is the most difficult to control. So that's why China want to ban because it's so difficult to control. Secondly, is the water pollution. Because a lot of plastic, they might need to be washed before they go for melting. So when they wash this plastic, they will wash out the heavy metals inside. They may need to use very toxic chemical to wash the plastic in order to can get more clean plastic for process. So actually the air pollution and the water pollution were still created from this so-called clean plastic. Actually there is no such thing clean plastic. It only have recyclable or non-recyclable. Well, now countries say we only allow recyclable, but recyclable have a few categories. One is easy to recycle. Second, difficult to recycle. Third, very difficult to recycle. The second and third category, why they call difficult to recycle? Because they produce very high toxic during the process. But these two categories is a favored process that one like to run by people from China because this is the highest profit they can get from this plastic. So actually we expose ourselves. Okay, government, if you still allow plastic waste to import, we expose ourselves to toxic air, to dirty environment. We just provide our land, our people's help to this industry, which to ensure that they get income, lucrative income, but yet the whole country fell into a very polluted situation.
In late 2018, the government shut down more than 100 illegal recycling factories, following pressure from both international and local media. In their haste to move out and remove evidence, factory operators set fire to the facilities and dump sites. The burning emitted black, poisonous smoke which put locals living in the surrounding areas at great risk.
好像那个烧那个塑胶啊，好像瓦压烧到这样啊，很够力，它的味道，完全你不能好像呼吸呀、又有时又好像我们不会形容啦，它好像又好像那个老鼠药这样的啊，它的味道啊，很严很够力咯，就是每个人啊都是咳嗽啊、发烧啊、咳嗽啊，去看医生就是要 keep 那个这样 keep 住咯，没有去 keep 就不能呼吸啊。
Some e-waste dump sites where hazardous materials are discarded in mountainous piles became scavenging sites for orang asli or indigenous families who spent all day under rain and sun with their young children and elderly digging through the trash looking for copper wires and parts they can sell. On May 28, 2019, Malaysia's Environment Minister Yeo Bee Yin sent back 10 shipping containers of contaminated plastic waste illegally shipped from Spain and says that another 50 containers will be shipped back to their countries of origin.
The actual container that we are going to send back immediately are 10, and then actually very near future is 60. So a total of 60 excluding the 5 that we have sent back to Spain. We have already sent back 5 to Spain. We'll continue to send it back to the country of origin. Every containers will have a local player. Otherwise, they cannot import here. It is because there is local importers here and there is exporters there. That is why things happen. That is why I say these people are traitors, right? And I do not have other words to describe them.
She said local importers will be forced to foot shipping bills and return the shipment within 14 days. Failing which, the government will resort to using the Basel Convention on the control of transboundary movements of hazardous waste and their disposal, which will involve the exporters.
Malaysia will not be a dumping ground to the world. And we will continue to work very hard to make sure that whoever that send their waste to Malaysia, whether it's e-waste, whether it's plastic waste or whatever waste, we will send it back. And we will fight back. Even though we are a small country, we cannot be bullied by developed countries. We cannot be a dumping ground by the developed countries.